Before this video starts, I just want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. The Battle Cats is a mobile game that I hold in high regard, as it's one of the few mobile games out there that are still being updated that are genuinely fun to play. Today, I want to share 50 random facts about this amazing game, from the obvious to the obscure. Most of the facts in here are probably not going to be of any real use in getting better at the game, but it's still fun to learn the small details of this strange world of cats. If you want even more fact videos that are already released, check the card in the corner of the video here. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not give it a like? Maybe leave a comment down below on what fact was interesting to you or what facts you know about the game. If you enjoy watching Battle Cats content, then why not hit that subscribe button, since an astounding 73% of people that actually watch my videos are not subscribed. It would be very appreciated if you could subscribe. Anyways, to the facts we go. Valpurgisnacht is the only enemy in the game to have a 100% chance to crit. Kyle Retsu is currently the only Behemoth Slayer to not need a true form, talents, or ultra talents to acquire the Behemoth Slayer ability. The Neon Genesis Evangelion collab currently has the most units available out of any collab, having a total of 30 units. The Face's real name is Kaoru Higao, as revealed in a commercial for the Final Boss Strikes collab. The name Higao isn't a proper surname, but is a pun using the kanji for fly and face. Kaoru is being used here as a pun, as Kao means face. Aliens, zombies, Aku, and Relic are the only main enemy traits to not have a collab enemy. There is an error with Lilith Cat's English description, as the word mischievous is misspelled. Dark Emperor Santa is featured in the Battle Cats pop, though his name is Neandam Claus and has a proper description. The description reads, created devious magics to break Cat's holiday spirit, uses cheap materials to keep his Xmas profit margin low. Piggy's Japanese description states that she was born in England. Due to her red coloration, it's likely that she's based on Tamworth pigs, a breed of reddish pigs that originate from England. Black Zeus, Akuma, and Moonlight Kaoru are the only 3 legend rares to not have a crystallized soul upon dying. All 3 of these legend rares are also collab units. E-Cubulan Pasalan is based on E-Honda from the Street Fighter series. Despite being the very first collab in Battle Cats history all the way back in version 1.4, the Princess Punk collab took over 10 years to come to the English version, a fact that the game acknowledges itself. The collab ran in the Japanese version for the first time from April 26th to May 12th, 2013, while it first ran in the English version on November 13th to November 27th, 2023. King Gamerian's knockback resist talent is the only one that gives a 70% resistance instead of the usual 50%. Hell Commissioner Emma and Almighty Hades are the 2 units in the game that can reach a raw 1 million health. Emma is able to achieve this at level 118 with health talents, and Hades is able to achieve this at level 66 with health talents, or level 104 without them. Prior to version 10.2.1, Evil Emperor Cat's Surge used to be a level 3 Surge and spawn between 150 to 255 range. This would make the Surge last for 2 seconds. Crowd control effects are actually applied for a single frame against enemies with barrier and Aku shields. This is best observed when using a stack of Trixie the Revenants against an enemy like Ultra Baba and Ribbo. Cricket Ideology is a remake of Empire of Cats Chapter 1 Moon. Sage of Logic Mutant Spirit is unable to hit the enemy base. This is because Mutant stands at 900 range from the base, while Spirits only have 800 range, and spawn 150 range behind the Summoner. Every single Muth variant has the same TBA, Force Swing, and Back Swing. They have 0 TBA, a 1.13 second Force Swing, and a 1.8 second Back Swing. If a unit were to have both Counter Surge and Surge Immunity, the Surge Immunity would take priority, and Counter Surge wouldn't activate. However, if they were to simply be Surge Resist, then it can still activate. Zyklone takes influence from the Gasha Dokuro, a nearly indestructible skeletal yokai who's made up of the bones of those who died in battle or from starvation and famine. Prior to version 4.7, there was a cat combo called Nekolugunamakon featuring Unknown Cat, Asalan Pasalan, Cubulan Pasalan, Tekalan Pasalan, and Balalan Pasalan. This combo was an attack large, giving a 20% attack boost, and is named after the Necronomicon, a grimoire that appears in various horror stories by H.P. Lovecraft. The tail ends of Ultimate Windy and Ultimate Thundia fit perfectly with each other. Here's what that would look like if they were connected with each other. Golden Catfruit Seeds are the only Catfruit Seed variant that is worth more XP than their fully grown Catfruit counterpart, with them going for 3 million XP instead of Golden Catfruit's 1 million XP. The Mysterious Calamity has the highest drop in the game out of any enemy, dropping 43,904 cash upon death. Cat Typhoon has the fastest full attack cycle in the game, lasting only 6 frames and attacks 3 times in 18 frames. Trixie the Revenant and Blade Master Stall have an effective higher attack rate, being able to attack 3 times in 17 frames due to their multi-hit. Out of every trait where enemies have descriptions, Metal is the only one to not have an original enemy variant. Version 14.5 is currently the only version to introduce multiple Zero Legends subchapters. Chicken Cat is an unreleased unit that was in the game file starting in version 3.1.1 and was fully discarded in version 8.7. This makes them the only unit in the game to be fully removed from the game files. What remains is an invisible placeholder cat. There is a typo in Crazed Mythical Titan Cat's description, where it repeats them having extreme attack power. Shachiko's sprite sheet contains a blue motion blur effect that goes unused, most likely intended to be used during its attack animation. Despite Jelly Dumpling being called a dumpling, they're actually based on Mizu Manju, a translucent variant of Manju. Greyflower verbena is named after a flowering plant of the same name. Verbenas traditionally have been associated with supernatural and divine forces, such as being the Tears of Isis, a prominent Egyptian goddess who is said to help guide the dead to the afterlife and played an important role in funerary practices. The being mentioned in the Uncanny Legends ending that had sent the cat army to other dimensions and kicked off the Zero Legends saga is Dr. Nova. She had given the cat army the task to find a sage in another world. What's noteworthy is that according to her enemy description, her ego was consumed by the sage gem sometime after this interaction. Xenobeast Bunaglios' name is made up of the word Xeno, Greek for foreign or foreigner, explaining their alien trait, as well as a portmanteau of Bunbun and Bunagiri, which means to violently beat up, and Brachiodos, which serves as the main inspiration for this enemy, specifically the more explosive and violent variant called Raging Brachiodos. In the game files for the Battle Cats Unite, several unused assets and audio files can be found. Some of these include the icons for the Relic trait, the Ava and Witch Killers, as well as several music files such as the Filibuster Invasion theme, Floor 50 of the Towers, and even the Godzilla battle theme. Despite no units having warp, there are 7 enemies who are immune to it. These being the 3 Winds, Sunrise Doge, Elefanta de Papau, Insanely on the Calamity, and Karu Hanayama. The highest effective damage possible in the game is 5,471,100. This is possible with a level 60 plus 70 Unit 02 Code 77 with the You Will Find Happiness and Land Air Assault combos and apply their Strengthen. This will allow them to deal the 5,471,100 damage against Ava Angel enemies. The Sniper the Cat's max possible damage is 23,600. This requires the use of 2 medium base defense combos and a fully upgraded base HP, since the Sniper's damage is 5% of the base's max health. Bath Cat uses a variety of weapons depending on which form they're in. First form uses a Beretta M9, second form uses a Scorpion VZ61, and the true form uses a Golden AK-47. Despite alien enemies not existing in the Battle Cats pop, Takeda Shingen's descriptions mention that they attack alien enemies. The Earth base in the Cats of the Cosmos stage is reused from the Nagasaki prefecture in the Japanese version. The hat that both Cossack and Vodka Cat wear is called a papaka, while Royal Guard Cat wears the bearskin hat that the King's Guard wears as a part of their uniform. Oldstrich's ribs are upside down in comparison with actual ostrich ribs. Ototo is the older brother of Gamatoto. The stage names in Stratospheric Pathway are based on American culture, though some only make sense in the original Japanese name. Permission to Land's Japanese name translates to Landing Point to Freedom, referencing to the fact that the United States is known as the Land of the Free, and using the perched eagle base. Steps Great and Small references Neil Armstrong's famous quote, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Burger Garden is named as such due to the burger being heavily associated as an American staple. Small Inlet, Large Field's Japanese name translates to Little Inlet on the Prairie, which references Little House on the Prairie, which is an American children's novel series. Bubbly Dream is a pun that's a little lost in translation. In Japanese, the name is Baburi Kan Dorimu, which sounds similar to American Dream, which is one of the country's main ethos that every person has the freedom and opportunity for a better and successful life. Last is the Prairie Harbor, which is a reference to the Great Plains region, a large area of flatland east of the Rocky Mountains that stretches from southern Texas all the way up to central Alberta and Saskatchewan up in Canada. In all of Cheerleader Cat's forms, her force wing spells out the word love with her body. Despite being the first enemy, Doge's ID is actually 002. The first 2 ID slots before them are empty. While most enemies are not meant to be direct counters to specific units, Technoid Hyena is meant to be a direct counter to Kazli the Bane in most situations. This is because they're immune to her curse, and with Counter Surge, will cause all of your non-surge immune units to get warped for a long period of time. Cyborg Cat's hair is a silver color, as seen in the Ankle Defense Force. And finally, in version 13.3, there was a mistake with how Metal Killer worked. If every Metal Killer unit had hit an enemy on the same frame, the initial hit will all deal the same damage instead of reducing it after each hit. This was seen when you could stack 9 Ultra Kaguyas to deal 108% of a metal enemy's health, instantly killing them. This was patched in version 13.3.1. I want to thank you all for watching. If you thought these facts were fascinating, why not give this video a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Battle Cat's content, and hit that bell so you don't miss an upload, as well as comment down below what fact was most interesting to you. Also, shout out to the following channel members: Dr. Deadly, Gamet, Ian Dean, Ninja Stars, Virus Alpero, Just a Shark, Potato King, Rose Cat the Best, Tetsuko Gaming, Atsushi, and King Wolf for being silver members or higher. If you want to receive a shoutout like these channel members here, then become a silver member or higher today. Becoming a channel member supports what I do in a way that helps keep the lights on, and channel members receive an exclusive role on my Discord server, for which you can find a link to in the description down below. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.